We then turn to the Proceeds of Crime Amendment Act 2013 and prohibited cash transactions of over $1 million Jamaican dollars unless the transaction is done through the regulated financial system. And this is an important measure to reduce the prevalent use of cash in certain sectors of the economy as a means of underreporting revenue for tax purposes. And it's also a practice which is conducive to violent crime and robberies. The Act also provides for the designation of subsectors of the economy that pose particular risks in relation to money laundering, so that they have to comply with basic anti-money laundering procedures. This has enabled Jamaica to designate real estate dealers, lawyers, accountants, casinos, and other gaming establishments who now must know who their customers are, must report suspicious transactions, and make due inquiries as to the sources of clients' funds. These measures have enabled Jamaica to come off of the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force's watch list for blacklisting and have put us in good standing internationally in the fight against money laundering. This is critical as we move towards establishing ourselves as an international financial center, for which several pieces of legislation will be coming to Parliament in the coming legislative year. The Act, the amendment to the Proceeds of Crime Act, will also assist the asset forfeiture process by allowing the court to order the sale of property, seized property, which is of a deteriorating nature, such as motor vehicles, where that property is the benefit of criminal conduct, and allow the proceeds, the cash proceeds of the sale of that deteriorating property to be escrowed pending the outcome of the forfeiture proceedings. Whereas previously these assets lost value as they were left to essentially rust out in the sun and the rain. I should mention at this point that this issue of the anti-money laundering effort that is expected of the designated non-financial businesses that I mentioned, or subsectors that I mentioned before, is critical to Jamaica's ongoing good standing in this area. It is an area which is closely scrutinized and monitored internationally through the Financial Action Task Force, which has a Caribbean subgroup, CFATF, the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force. And Jamaica has to be very careful to ensure that we do not slip down the slope towards blacklisting. Some of our neighbors have suffered that fate, and given the openness of our economy and our dependence on foreign direct investment for job creation and growth, we cannot afford to become a pariah in this area. I'll move on to the Criminal Justice Suppression of Criminal Organizations Act, which was passed in 2014 and is also known as the anti-gang legislation. This provides for the disruption and suppression of criminal organizations in order to restore a sense of security in the Jamaican society and strengthen the capacity of law enforcement agencies to deal with that type of insidious crime effectively. The Act has provided our police force with its first tailor-made legal tool for combating organized crime, and it is already beginning to show results.